Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Social Marketing with Eric. I'm your host today, Eric from the Orange Stack. We are going to dive right into how to make your story interesting. A lot of people that I work with say, hey, I don't know what to put on social media. I just am not going to put anything because my story is boring, or I don't have anything interesting that people want to engage with. So we're going to help you create really 3 tactics on how to engage with your audience, how to get more followers, how to get them to take action. That's the goal, right? Don't just get followers to have followers. Actually, you want them to take action and give you money for something that you're doing. So we're going to definitely tell this story around the real estate agent because that's the bulk of who our audience is in these videos. But I want you to know, as an outside industry, accounting, dental, car mechanic, whatever you may be, there's going to be a way that you can actually apply this information to your industry as well. So make it work for you. The first one is step number 1, tell an outside the box story. Okay, so if you're in real estate and you say, okay, my market's boring, there's nothing going on, the market's flat, or it's just been climbing, or I don't have anything else to talk about the market, or interest rates are low and nobody cares, you got to come up with something that people want to hear about. So you're probably going to be working in a specific farm, right? You probably have a geographic area that's certain mileage or certain zip code or something around an area that you work in. You got to own that area. You got to know everything that's going on there. You got to talk about new restaurants that are coming, new parks that are opening, what the Chamber of Commerce is doing, new businesses that are fun and exciting. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going on. I've been to the Chamber of Commerce in my area, and every month there's a new ribbon cutting or something going on. Talk about those businesses. Tell people what's going on. Maybe you have an amazing Italian restaurant that just opened up. It's unbelievable. Go talk to the chef and see why they pick the dishes that they're working with. Maybe there's a new pizza place in town. There's dozens of pizza places in your area, but why is this pizza place new? What makes it different and exciting? Why did that guy decide to start a pizza shop in your farm, right? Get those things going, talk about it. Maybe you review food items, maybe you review parks, maybe you talk to the city and just find out what they're doing with your city so that you can be kind of the know-how of what's going on, right? If you just went to your city every month and said, hey, I want to talk about what's new, what's going on, what permits are happening with the city, tell me about it so I can, tell my audience and keep them aware of what's going on. For me in my area, I try to keep pretty aware of what's going on. They're making some major additions to the beach near my area. They're trying to make it more friendly for visitors and tourists to come park and walk and be safe. They're building a couple new parks in my area. They're developing like 700 homes around the corner from me. There's all sorts of stuff going on. So you definitely have something to talk about. So whether you're in real estate and you have something interesting to talk about geographic wise, or maybe you're in another industry, find out other parallels that are going on to your industry that you can talk to. So excuse me, what I would recommend is, remember those web graph things that you made in elementary school? I don't remember what they're called, but you basically put your item in the middle and you have all these strings of other items coming out from it. Put your main subject matter in the middle, so we'll call this real estate, and then have other things like restaurants or parks or things happening in my community. Maybe you talk about investing in real estate and how to buy a rental property for the first time. Maybe you talk about how to manage your rental property and you interview a property manager and help them understand what it takes to be a landlord, right? So think about all the different categories that relate to your industry and go off on these parallels and talk about it. There's so many things that you can do with that. So that's tip number 1 is, again, just tell an outside the box story. Go somewhere parallel to where you are, but go a little bit deeper on something else. Tip number 2 is have a call to action within your micro content. So our previous tip, we talked about content. You want to make these small, digestible things. You don't want to go on for an hour about what the city is planning to do over the next 50 years in your community. Make this small, edible, bite-sized chunks that you can share. Maybe it's 2-3 minutes long. It's a quick thing about this going on, and you elongate the story over time and give your audience something to watch each week as they engage with you. But what you want them to do is take action. That's what CTA is, a call to action. So imagine a large funnel. We call these click funnels usually in marketing. And you're going to have all these people up at the top who maybe aren't quite sure that they want to do something with you in your industry. So we're talking about real estate. There's people at the top who say, I'm going to buy a house someday, or I'm going to sell a house someday, but I'm not sure when. Those people at the bottom are saying, hey, I'm ready to move tomorrow. Come help me buy or sell a house. Like, that's the bottom of the funnel. So how do you get people through that funnel? You get them to take action. So from the very start, you say, you should move to my city, right? We'll call it San Diego, because that's where I am. I can't think of the city name. come move to San Diego and here's the 20 reasons why, and you're getting people to come closer. So here's the restaurants that you want to come and eat at. Here's the things that you want to do. You're getting them to come along the reason until you get them to take action and buy a house in your city. Or you get them to move because the market's great and it's a time to sell your house. Whatever that may be, think of the small call to actions that you can get your audience to participate along the way. So it doesn't have to be moving, but it could be, we've thought about moving. It's probably in an 8 to 10 year range. What are some of the things that might make me move sooner? Well, maybe I know that the market's going to peak and it's not going to be this high again for 20 more years. So if you're going to sell in the next 3 to 5 years, it might make more sense than waiting, right? It might make more sense to sell now. Just think about the different call to actions that you can have to move people through your funnels and get them to want to work with you. So maybe, again, back to real estate investing. Maybe I want to buy my first income real estate property in 3 years, and I'm having a goal and I'm meeting with my accountant and I have all these things figured out. What can I do to keep that guy going along the way so when 3 years comes, he's ready to buy with me and work with me, right? You got to get them to make those decisions. So have you identified the type of property that you want to own? Do you want to own a condo or a single family house? Do you want to buy multiple units or one? Do you want to pay cash or get a loan? Do you want it to cash flow X amount, or do you want to break even every month just to get into the game? Do you want to be a silent partner and have somebody else take care of the whole entire thing? You're getting them to make decisions, right? All along the way down. Real big tip here, if you work in real estate, you need to work with investors who buy on a regular basis. Maybe you can find an investor who buys something once a year because they've got that kind of pocketbook and they can make it work. Investors are huge. They're usually repeat clients. They're great to work with if you know how to work with them. So that's tip number 2, get them to take action and move along the funnel into the direction of working with you. Tip number 3 is connect in real time with live video. We talk about video a ton around here. That's why I make all my vlogs in video. It's because video is huge. Facebook loves to promote video. Social media video is what it's all about. The more video you can do, the better. So connect with people, right? Live video is the thing right now. You have an app on your phone called Facebook. Open it up, go to Facebook Live, hit record, and just start streaming your content. What do I put on video? That's the trick here. That's what people want to know. What do I say? Once I hit that record button, I'm going to be like a deer in the headlights. I'm a little bit afraid, but you just got to practice. You got to keep trying. Every time you hit record, it's another practice in the right direction. That's all I can say about it. But what do I put out there? Okay, so we've talked about this before. If you're holding open houses, go preview the property beforehand on a Monday, on a Sunday, something like that, before you hold the open house the coming weekend, and just say, hey guys, I'm going to be at this open house Monday or Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 4. Come check it out. Here's the kitchen. Here's the view. Here's the master. It's an amazing house. We're going to be here from 1 to 4. Come check it out, right? Go preview houses that are new to the market. Maybe every time a house is listed, most homes are usually listed on Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. You go take all Thursday and just go record a whole bunch of content and say, hey, I'm going to do my own little tour, show my clients all the homes that are new to the market that they might be interested in. Which one would you like to see, right? So let's go check it out, answer questions. As you're scrolling through with your phone, holding your phone up, you can say, hey, here's the kitchen. It's got granite. It's got Bosch appliances. Here's the view. You can have people asking you questions. Tell me about the floor. Tell me about the ceilings. When was the roof replaced? Things like that. You can show your client a house without them even having to leave their house or their office and help them make a decision on working with you. So that's some great live content. Again, back to kind of, new things that are going on in your farm. Maybe you go down to that new pizza place and you turn on your Facebook, go live, and you interview that restaurant owner live in front of your camera, and you get his followers and you get your followers, and you engage, and people want to like you and follow you and engage with your content. So Facebook Live is huge. Instagram has a live feature, which is a little hard to use if you don't have a big following. Twitter has a live feature. YouTube has a live feature. There's tons of live content. I would definitely recommend Facebook is a great place to start out until you have an awesome audience that you can work with. So those are my 3 tips. Let me give you a quick couple action items that you can take from here. So find your best work and put it on Facebook and put it out there for the world to see, and pay Facebook to actually put this content in front of somebody. So maybe you make something organic and normal. Most of the time your views are about 100 per video. You find something that peaked at like 400 or 500 views because people are sharing it. It's really interesting, or you found a topic that people want to watch. Pay Facebook $20 and have it reach another 500 or 600 people, and you'll be amazed at what that can do for you. It's going to get more traction with you. It's going to get a bigger audience for you. It's going to get more followers that you can engage with. paying $20 to Facebook is money well spent. If you have questions about that, please reach out to us because it's super easy to figure out. The next part is create a bottom of the funnel promo. So we talked about the bottom of the funnel. They're wanting to work with you. Maybe there's something that you can offer them free up front. Like if you sell your house in the month of November, I will offer you free staging, right? Like that is huge. You have to act now to do this. That's a big value in some areas. Could be a couple $1,000 item. It's going to get people to move, get them to take action. So what's your bottom funnel action item that you can get them to do? You're basically just kind of get the ball rolling and say, this is what I'm willing to do to work with you. That's a huge one. And then the last tip is be sure to A/B test. So anything that you put out there, have 2 different scenarios of it, put it to 2 different audiences, see which one sticks. So play with your content, play with your video, your background, or your images that you use, play with your hashtags, your taglines, play with the audience that you make. Maybe I do a 20 to 30 audience age-wise, maybe I do a 30 to 40, and I see which one likes this content better. Once you figure out what that gold mine post is, go all in. Put more money on that ad, drive more traffic to that type of content, go deeper on that content because obviously people like it, but A/B test. So those are my quick tips. I hope this helps you. Again, I think that people struggle to know what to say on Facebook. Most people do. Just try something, find out what works, get comfortable doing it. You know, don't put just pictures of family and kids on there because eventually people get tired of seeing that stuff. Make it business related. Use your Facebook business page for this type of content and tell your story about who you are, why you're passionate about it, why you do what you do, and it's going to come through and your viewers are going to love it. So thanks for following. We go through these tips on how to use social media in your business every week. I hope this was helpful for you. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for following along.